In the beginning of building anything, whether it's a company, a church, or even a dream, most people make the same mistake. They look everywhere else. They chase shiny trends, new tools, big ideas. But real change, real transformation, starts right here, where you are. With what's already in your hands, Warren Buffett once said something powerful. You don't have to be smarter than everyone else. You just have to be more disciplined. And discipline, it begins in the mind. It starts with believing that what you already have is valuable. If you dare to see it, it's strange, isn't it? You act like success is hiding on some secret island, only reachable by private jet, but often. Maybe under that pile of junk in the garage, or inside an old idea you wrote on a napkin and forgot, or even in a skill you've ignored for years thinking it's too small to matter. Let me tell you a story. Years ago, in a mid-sized town in South Africa, a small church began to ask itself one big question. Who lives within 5 miles of our walls? And what do they truly need? The answer hit them hard. Poverty. Not just regular poverty. Deep, painful, generational poverty that had been passed down for decades. The church thought, let's preach about giving. That should help. But soon they realized, how do you ask someone to give when they have nothing? When their lights are off and their stomachs are empty?
Ow.
They needed something new. Something that would actually help people build wealth, not just give it away. And that's when a dusty, forgotten story from the Bible came alive again. In 2 Kings 4, there was a widow. Her husband had died, leaving her drowning in debt. Creditors were closing in, threatening to take her sons as slaves. With nowhere else to turn, she ran to the prophet Elisha. But Elisha didn't hand her money. He didn't give her food. Instead, he asked her 2 simple but sharp questions. What do you want me to do for you? What do you have in your house?
Ow.
She barely answered the first. She quickly said, nothing, except a little jar of oil. How often do we say that? I have nothing, ... except ... except a sewing machine, except a recipe, except a gift for talking to people. Elisha told her to gather every empty jar she could find, and she began pouring from her little jar of oil, and it didn't stop flowing until every jar was full. The miracle wasn't just the oil. The miracle was that she had something all along. She just didn't know it. Now let me ask you something, ... What small jar of oil is sitting in your life right now, covered in dust? What forgotten talent, weird idea, or random skill have you ignored because it didn't look important? Maybe it's your grandma's cake recipe. Maybe you fix things like nobody else. Maybe you talk so well that strangers open up to you instantly. A rare gift in today's world. Warren Buffett says your advantage isn't in chasing trends. It's in mastering what you already know. It's in pouring consistent effort into something that already exists in your life. Let me share a real story. There was a woman, let's call her Maria, living in a small town in Ohio. One day, after sending her kids to school with nothing but a hug and a hope, she sat down on her couch, staring at the wall. Her fridge was nearly empty. Her pockets. Worse, suddenly she heard a man yelling outside, "Bottles. 8 bottles." He was collecting old soda bottles for a few coins. Maria looked out the window and spotted a crate full of empty Coca-Cola bottles her kids had left in the yard. Light bulb moment, she grabbed them, sold them, and bought groceries for the week. But she didn't stop there. She thought, what if I collect more things people throw away? It wasn't cool, it wasn't easy, but it worked. Soon, she was running a tiny recycling business. Then she opened a thrift store that helped her pay off her house. Now she owns 3 properties and teaches others how to manage money, all because she looked at what she already had and said, this could be something. That's the secret. Innovation isn't building rockets. It's looking at trash, ... In seeing treasure, it's asking, what if my biggest breakthrough is hidden inside something small? What if what I keep complaining about is actually training me for greatness? Warren Buffett bought his first stock at 11. He once joked, I was wasting my life before then. But the real message is this. Start early. Start small. But most importantly, start. You don't need to move to another country. You don't need millions. You don't even need permission. You just need to see what's already around. You'd find your jar of oil, pour it, multiply it, and watch the miracle happen. Warren Buffett, one of the greatest money minds America's ever seen, didn't become a billionaire by chasing lucky breaks or buying lottery tickets. No, he built his empire by learning something many people ignore: the quiet, steady, and sometimes boring power of investment. But wait, don't start thinking this is just about stocks or numbers. No. Investing isn't only about cash. It's about something way bigger. It's about where you put your time, your thoughts, your talents, and your money. If you truly want to break free from struggle, if you're tired of counting pennies, borrowing Netflix passwords, or just getting by, then you need to learn these for powerful, life-changing truths. Let's begin point 1. You must invest time because poverty is a brutal enemy, Warren Buffett once said. The rich invest in time, the poor invest in money. And that hits hard. Why? Because time is the one thing you can never get back. Not dollars, not Bitcoin, not that silly coupon you saved for frozen peas. Time. Have you ever seen a 70-year-old man saying yes, sir, to a 25-year-old boss? Why? Because that young man pays his bills. That's not just sad, it's painful. And it happens every day in a land where dreams are possible. Poverty doesn't just steal money, it robs your pride. It forces people to clap for nonsense, beg for rent help, and say yes. 2 things they hate just to survive. And the worst part? Most people end up here because they wasted their time when they had it. You want a good life later? You better sow your time now. You can't Amazon Prime a happy marriage. You can't shortcut a successful business. It takes long, hard hours. While you're watching every playoff game or binging another TV show, guess what? The people you're watching, they're building their fortune. You're building nothing but a deeper groove in your couch. Imagine, if you treated your goals the way you treat your favorite team, your name might already be in the Hall of Fame too. You must invest your thoughts because your mind is the most valuable space you'll ever own. Warren Buffett's billions, they didn't begin in a vault. They started inside his head. Here's the truth. You become what you think about the most. Not what you hope for. Not what you pray for while munching on chips. What you think about every single day. Say it with me. You become what you consistently think about. Now go to the comments and write that. I'll know you're serious, and I'll give you a heart. If your thoughts are filled with fear, gossip, and worry, guess what? That's the life you'll create. Ever met someone who turns everything into a problem? Their neighbor trims a bush, and suddenly it's a conspiracy. Bro, it's a bush. Calm down. Think of your mind like a garden. What you plant grows. Plant fear, you'll grow failure. Plant vision, you'll grow victory. Late at night, when the world is quiet, what fills your mind? Dreams, ideas, or jealousy, worry, and old heartbreaks? Control your thoughts, or your thoughts will control you. And trust me, thoughts are terrible drivers. They'll take you places you never wanted to go. Point 3. You must invest your talents, because raw talent doesn't pay the bills. Warren Buffett didn't treat his talents like old junk. He'd sharpen them every single day. Here's a cold truth. We're all talented, but most people let their talents rot like spoiled milk. Maybe you're funny. Maybe you can sing better than Beyoncé. Maybe you're brilliant with ideas. But if you don't grow it, train it, and share it, then what are you doing? Nobody cares about the could-have-been genius who never showed up. America doesn't reward dreams, it rewards skills. A dull knife can't cut anything. Want to carve your path in life? Then stay sharp. You don't have to be the best. Just become the best version of yourself. Your competition isn't sleeping. Why are you? For you must invest money because saving alone is not enough. Saving without investing is like eating salads, but never getting off the couch. It's better than nothing, but not by much. Yes, money matters. And no, you don't need a fortune to start. Warren Buffett bought his first stock at just 11 years old with a few dollars. The secret isn't more money. It's better habits start. Small, but start. Know where your money goes. Use auto savings. Let your money grow while you sleep. Invest in books. In learning. In you. Your money should be working harder than you are, because muscles don't grow sitting still. Buffett didn't just become rich, he became disciplined. The money came later. Ask yourself this: am I planting seeds for my future or just surviving today? Am I wasting my life or investing it? Because at the end of your story, you'll either be a living legend, or a warning tale parents use to scare kids into being responsible. Bonus truth: poverty is not noble. It's a thief of dignity. There's nothing romantic about being broke. Real poverty is ugly. Strips away your power, your choices, your confidence. It makes proud old men bow to spoiled young ones just to keep the lights on, and that's not how life should be. You want to walk with your head held high. You want to speak with strength, not with fear. You don't want to live your life depending on someone else's kindness. So invest your time, your mind, your gifts, and your money, because no one else is going to do it for you. Warren Buffett. Put it plainly, poverty is not a badge of honor, but it is something to escape from. He never meant you had to become a billionaire flying in private jets every weekend. He meant something more basic, real: freedom. Freedom to live with dignity, to pay your own bills, to make your own decisions, not have to beg for someone else's help. That kind of freedom is priceless. It's something worth fighting for. Number 3, plant your seeds with care and purpose. Think of life like a big farm. If you want a strong harvest, you must plant good seeds with intention. You can't just toss a handful of random seeds into the wind. Close your eyes and expect an orchard to grow. But that's exactly what most people do. They cast their time, talents, money, and energy around randomly without thinking of the harvest they want later. Then they wonder why life feels messy. Why bills pile up faster than paychecks? Why happiness seems far away? Here's a story for you. Imagine a kid eating a juicy mango. He finishes and throws the pit behind him without thinking. 10 years later, he walks by a giant mango tree, sweet fruit falling everywhere. He doesn't even realize the tree grew from his careless throw. That's life. Whether you plant with care or without, you will get a harvest. The real question is, will you notice it? Can you claim it? As Buffett said, someone is sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree long ago. So, what trees are you planting right now? Are they seeds of financial discipline? Seeds of waiting patiently? Seeds of knowledge and wisdom? Or are you scattering seeds of impulse, laziness, and entitlement, seeds that will grow into thorny bushes around your life? Number 4, you must invest something. Here's a tough truth. Saving by being stingy will not build wealth. You can hoard money under your mattress. Stack coins in jars, but that doesn't make you wealthy. Wealth is built through investment, putting something valuable into something bigger than yourself. Every rich person you admire was not a hoarder. They were investors. They invested in businesses, in ideas, in people, in causes. Sometimes they backed crazy ideas everyone laughed at until those ideas changed the world. Think, maybe they didn't give a tenth to church, but they did pour millions into new tech, into saving whales, or into causes they cared about. Buffett, for example, has promised to give away 99% of his fortune to causes he believes in. So here's a question. What are you investing in with your life? Because where your treasure goes, your heart will follow. If you believe in something bigger like God, for the future, your investments in time and energy should show that number. 5. Mixed seeds bring mixed results. Let's look again at farming picture. 2 farmers. One plants a whole field of wheat, clean, simple, focused. The other throws in wheat, barley, corn, and grapes all mixed together. Guess what happens? The careful farmer gets a strong, single harvest. The other gets a mess. Plants crowd each other, roots tangle, everything suffers. Life works the same way. You can't plant kindness one day, laziness the next, gossip after that, and then expect a clean, powerful harvest. That way of living creates confusion. Your life becomes a mixed bag of half-finished dreams and regrets. Buffett even said, Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. That means your habits may seem small at first, but soon they hold you down so heavy you can't change. Number 6. Poverty is an enemy. Not your destined antibody is born to stay poor. But if you do nothing, if you plant nothing, if you never invest, then yes, poverty will settle on you like thick fog. You can break free, you can live with dignity, you can intentionally invest in your future, your family, your beliefs. But the choice has to be conscious. Every dollar you spend, every minute you waste or use, every opportunity you take or ignore. Now ask yourself, what seeds am I planting today? What am I building that will stand strong tomorrow? Whose approval am I living for? Do I really want to pay that price? Because someday you might walk into the shade of the trees you planted. The only question is, will you love the fruit or regret it? Number 7. Choose where you plant carefully. Another life lesson. Buffett said it best. Chains of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken. Think of a farmer in Los Angeles with a beautiful vineyard. One spring, he decides to be creative and tosses in corn, barley, maybe soy. At first, green shoots push up everywhere. It looks busy and productive. But by harvest time, it's chaos. The corn chokes the grapes. His barley steals all the nutrients. The vineyard he cared for, ruined not for lack of work, but because he planted wrong seeds in the wrong place. That's what many of us do in life. We say we want a career, degree, financial freedom, but halfway through, we start planting Netflix nights, drama, lazy habits. Our energy gets pulled away. We wanted a vineyard but ended up with a field of random crops. So ask yourself, what seeds am I planting right now? Are they aligned with the harvest I want? Number 8. Be purposeful about your seeds. Here's a hard truth nobody likes to admit. Life doesn't reward busy people. It rewards purposeful people. Warren Buffett spends hours reading every single day. Not because he's got nothing else to do, but because he's planting tiny seeds of knowledge. Seeds that one day will grow into billion-dollar choices. Just like that, if you tell yourself these 4 years are for my degree, then stick to it. This isn't the time to chase every party, every new boyfriend or girlfriend, or run around trying to be club president, unless it's leading you closer to your dream. Let me tell you a story to bring this to life. There was a young man in New Jersey with one dream: to become a great surgeon. While his friends were out drinking and partying, he stayed behind in the library, nose buried in books. They laughed at him, called him boring, even mocked his focus. But fast forward 20 years, he's one of the top surgeons in the country, saving lives every day. Meanwhile, those same friends are still stuck figuring out how to pay off their loans. Now here's a question. Are you planting serious seeds or seeds of distraction? Because harvest day is coming, whether you're ready or not. Number 9. Don't plant seeds that fight each other. Have you ever tried to lose weight, eating healthy salads during the day, and sneaking donuts at night? Yeah, same here. That's what Buffett would call sending mixed signals. You say you want to be rich, but you're financing a $60,000 car on a $10,000 salary. You say you want peace, but you're gossiping and arguing at work. You say you want a happy marriage, but you're secretly texting your ex. These are seeds that kill each other like barley and grapes fighting over the same soil. In the end, both come out weak, sick, and useless. Want a little laugh? Ever heard someone say, "I'm on a diet," while ordering a double cheeseburger, large fries, and a Diet Coke? Like the Coke will magically erase the calories? That's how many people live their entire lives doing one thing while claiming another. So, think carefully. Are your daily actions secretly destroying your biggest dreams? Because if you're planting 2 different seeds, don't be surprised when your harvest turns into a wild, tangled mess. Number 10. Even good seeds can go to waste. Now this one hurts. You can start with good intentions and still ruin everything. If you don't protect what you've built, you could start a business with passion, energy, and vision. But if you get lazy, overspend, trust the wrong people, or build bad habits, it all collapses. It's like going to the gym every day for 6 months, building muscle, and suddenly quitting and living on chips and soda for the next 6 months. Guess what happens? Muscles vanish, progress gone. All that hard work erased. In ancient Israel, if a field got ruined, they didn't just ignore it. They burned it down, the whole thing. Owner lost everything. And today's not so different. You can build trust for years, then destroy it with one mistake. You can save for a lifetime, then lose it with one bad investment. You can build a beautiful marriage, then crush it with one act of betrayal. In the end, the most important thing you'll ever grow isn't your job, your degree, or your savings. It's your soul, because one day the bank accounts will close. The degrees will collect dust. The cars will rust. But your soul will still remain. And here's the twist. You can't cram for eternity like a college test. You have to start planting the right seeds now, today. While there's still time, Warren Buffett didn't become a legend because he was the smartest man alive. He became great because he followed a rule that's older than time. You reap what you sow. So next time you think about planting a few wild seeds just for fun, remember this. You're not just risking your day, you're gambling your future harvest. So plant wisely. Sow with purpose. Sow with integrity. Sow with eternity in mind, because harvest day is coming.